Well, with us now is the last member of Congress we heard from there, Congresswoman Stephanie Murphy, Democrat from the state of Florida. Her Florida congressional district begins across the street from the Pulse nightclub, and her constituents were, of course, greatly affected by the shooting and the deaths of those 49 souls. Congresswoman, you're the first member of that meeting at that table to join us here at this table. What was that discussion like for you? Because it sure sounded to me, listening all over again, that he was supporting a hike in the minimum age.
As you mentioned, the Pulse nightclub shooting really affected my district, so this is an issue that's deeply personal for me. And so sitting at that meeting, I felt maybe there was some hope. Here was a president who was doubling down on the idea that we should have strong background checks and challenging members of Congress to defy the NRA. And so I was deeply disappointed to see what he rolled out today. It doesn't go far enough, and it certainly doesn't even come close to what he talked about us doing at the table that day.
What do you think you'll get out of Congress, out of representatives? And tell us a bit about the bipartisan bill you mentioned to the president.
You know, Brian, I think the conversation that we've been having as a country around gun safety has been so polarized, and it hasn't been grounded in facts. So the bill that I've introduced is the Gun Violence Research Act, which would allow the CDC and other federal agencies to research gun violence, so that instead of coming up with reactive policies based on the latest mass shooting, that we actually get a chance to, based on facts and evidence, develop a set of legislative policies that will help keep our communities more safe. And so I'm really pushing that forward. I'm grateful to say that I have 160 co-sponsors, 7 of which are Republicans. I don't think it should take a lot of moral courage to say that we want the facts on an issue that is clearly a public health issue.
I assume you're fine with the fact that these students appear to be saying to the grown-ups among us, excuse us, get out of our way, you've had your chance to fix this problem.
I am so inspired by the students, and I actually wonder if this isn't a moment for this generation that's similar to the anti-Vietnam War moment or the civil rights movement. I'm incredibly inspired by these students.